to match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bills being led out by their quarterback, the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen. Of course, the Bills, they've been looking for a franchise quarterback for a number of years, and now they think they have their guy. He certainly had his moments as a rookie, including an impressive win in Minnesota in his second NFL start. Here's the newest member of the 15,000-yard club. It's Frank Gore. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run with Gore out of the shotgun. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And this offense sometimes is predicated on the ageless wonder, Frank Gore.
And he wants to be a guy with limitless carries. Frank Gore gets better and better with each carry, really batters defenses with his inside running.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Beasley signed with the Bills in March just before his 30th birthday after 7 years with the Cowboys, hoping that he can be a very valuable slot receiver in Buffalo. Just under 700 yards last year and 3 touchdowns in Dallas. On 1st down, it's Gore. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. On the defensive side, here are the starters for Tennessee. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a draw play for Gore. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got Gore. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Hey, 180! Check right 54. Right 54. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready. Go. Still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. And the grab by Croft. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. He's at the 50. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Come on, set. 50, play. Here we go. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist. Go.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Go. Fight.
Here's Tannehill. He'll get this out to his running back, Perine. call it a 3-yard gain, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Check 4, check 4. Hey, Alpha. Hey. Go.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Hey, Zoo.
58's the money. 58's the money. Now watch one, watch one.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. It's caught by Davis. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
49's the money. 49's the money.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Continuing to fight for more. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He's got Smith here. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now, they're not close to the first down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop, snap.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Jordan Phillips breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check safety, check safety.
Here's Gore now running out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen's throw is complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Allen. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around. And he'll get in! Touchdown, Buffalo! Frank Gore, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Hey. Mike, 58, right? Hurry up, Nick Griffin.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Completes it to Davis. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Go.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Go.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. This one caught by Davis. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Allen now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. This meeting between the Bills and Titans, part of the NFL 100 series, and everybody remembers the Music City Miracle back in 1999 with 16 seconds left and the Titans trailing by 1. They took the kickoff. Frank Wycheck threw a lateral pass across the field to Kevin Dyson, who went 75 yards untouched for the game-winning score, as if the Bills had not already endured enough postseason heartache from the early 90s, and that they would not make the playoffs again until a couple of years ago in 2017. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now a delayed give to Gore. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on second down. Allen. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pick it up. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Squeeze, double up.
Twist on travel.
Watch the twist.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to our nation's capital and check on the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Patriots in that ball game. Darius Geis, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. And defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still first down.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
49 the mic. 49 the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike's look at me. Zipper. Ready?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Hey, check. Sponge. No.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Let's go.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, baby.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Pirine. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
3 bucks. 49.
Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to throw, Tannehill. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. He'll drop it off to Pirine, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Let's go. 8, read.
49 to Mike.
Hey, orbit.
Let's put that team on the bus. Mike's 49.
Shoot.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Tannehill. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Succop for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen. And John Brown's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Lewis. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it here with Pirine. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the step.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
70, Indy. 65, 65. Score. Check 99, check 99. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Here's Pirine. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Yep. 5.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. The quick slant caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Allen now looks to throw, and his throw is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Let's go.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Allen to throw once more, and the grab by Croft. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Open man here is Foster. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyler Kroft, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They'll run again with Pirine. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now they try the right side here. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Titans. Samaje Perine, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly controlled right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. And their undefeated season about to go by the wayside, barring a late miracle. They'll start on the ground with Gore. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen got an open man. It's Foster. A big play here for the Bills. 52 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen, and it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies hurt.
And they will take a knee here. And that kneel down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Tennessee, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it'll be their first loss of the season. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.